What's up, guys? It's Chris here to give some predictions, thoughts for this weekend's HBO doubleheader card. Looks like a pretty good card on paper, I must say. We haven't had a lot of big fights just yet in boxing this year, although Friday Night Fights has been off to a good start. But of course, the fight we were most looking forward to up to this point, Bradley Alexander, I would say, didn't live up to the expectations of most fans, myself included. That said, this definitely looks like a good fight card, especially for hardcore fight fans. But even if you're a casual boxing fan, I would definitely recommend checking out this HBO doubleheader. Bit undecisive on both these bouts. Start off with the opening fight. Actually, not as indecisive on this one. You got the rematch between Mike Jones and Jesus Soto-Karass. These guys fought last year on the undercard of what I believe was Pacquiao versus Margarito. Jones won by majority decision. Good close fight. Jones hurt Karass early. I believe it was the second or third round. Don't recall exactly. Had him on the ropes. Just let his hands go. Just really went for the kill. Went for the finish. Unfortunately for Jones, he wasn't able to get it. Credit to Jesus Soto-Karass. He was able to survive the onslaught, the barrage, whatever you want to call it. And, Jones kind of gassed himself out. He's a young fighter, prospect. This was his first real big test. And he wasn't able to get Karass out of there as he had some other opponents up to that point. Karass used his veteran savvy, survived that, and went on, kind of break Jones down, show that experience edge. Definitely controlled the latter half of the fight. Although there were a lot of close rounds here and there, Jones didn't fight as smart, but I think it's because he was a little bit tired. But Jones went on to win a majority decision. I know it was controversial. Some people thought Soto-Karass should have won. I could have seen a draw. Probably would have been the safest bet, but you can make a case for either guy winning or a draw. But the best part is we're getting a rematch right away. You don't get that often in boxing, so something good did come out of that decision, whether it was controversial or not. As for this fight, Jones showed that he can get past that test. Whether or not you thought he won, he showed he could, survive not getting the finish and survive the onslaught or the rally of Soto-Karass. I think he's going to play it safe in this fight. I think he's going to use his athleticism, his size, his reach. Just do what worked for him in the first fight. Not to say Soto-Karass can't do the same, but I think that Jones has the advantages, the physical advantages and the boxing technical advantages as well. Soto-Karass, man, he's a hell of a good, I don't want to say good. He's a solid Mexican fighter. He's going to go in there. He's going to do the work, going to keep pushing forward and give everything he has. But I'm just not sure that's going to be enough to get the win here if Jones is able to fight smart and safe and stick to his game plan. I think it's going to be another competitive fight. Soto-Karass, of course, can always get in there and do some good body work to slow Jones down, try to take him out late. But I'm going to favor Mike Jones to learn from his mistakes in the first fight and learn from what worked in the first fight as well and win this fight by unanimous decision. On to the main event. You have a bantamweight unification bout, WBC, WBO titles on the line. Fernando Montiel taking on Nonito Donaire. Montiel, man, good record. 44 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, 32 KOs. 2 defeats aren't nothing to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're nothing to look down on. Those losses are to Mark II, Sharp Johnson, and Johnny Gonzalez. Although the Gonzalez fight was an underwhelming performance, to say the least, by Montiel. As for Nonito Donaire, record 25-1, 17 KOs. I'll get into Donaire in a minute. My thoughts on him, but Montiel's been on a good roll as of late. Most notably, his TKO win last year over Hasegawa in Japan. I know that's a fight a lot of people favored Hasegawa in, but Montiel was able to stun and finish off Hasegawa. As for Donaire, of course, he's been on a little bit of a roll as late as well. Over nondescript opposition for the most part. Of course, everyone knows Donaire's biggest win up to this point has been his technical knockout over Victor Archinian at a time when Victor Archinian was looking pretty much unstoppable. Since then, Donaire hasn't quite fought the level of opposition that fans would have liked, but he's still been winning regardless. As for this bout, Montiel's been fighting at bantamweight longer, but Donaire I don't think is at a real size disadvantage. I think he's actually the naturally bigger guy, at least height-wise. He does have a reach advantage as well. I would definitely give him the advantage in speed and power as well. Leading into this fight, I've been wanting to pick Montiel this whole time. I think I even picked him yesterday on the Science Finds radio show. But Donaire's just got a lot of advantages there. Speed, strength, more explosive. I would say I think Montiel is a better technical fighter. I think he's a little bit more skilled possibly, but it'd be interesting to see if he could use Donaire's aggression against him and outbox him. But it's just hard for me to see the based on the stylistic matchup, to see the referees favoring Montiel's style against Donaire's if Donaire is effective with his style. I think it's going to be a competitive bout. I can see it being close, although I could also see Donaire, hurting Montiel and taking him out. I don't really see Montiel getting a stoppage on Donaire, although anything can happen in a fight, especially at this level. But although I've been wanting to pick Montiel, after listening to my co-host yesterday on the Science Match Radio Show, I think I might have to switch and go with Donaire. Even if I think Montiel has a good chance to win this fight, or an even chance, 50-50 chance, like I said, I just don't know if the refs or the officials or the judges are going to favor him based on the stylistic matchup. I think Donaire's aggression and possibly landed the flashier the punches that seem to have more on them. It's going to get him the judge's decision. I don't know if it'll be controversial bout or not. We'll see. I think it's going to go to decision. I think it'll be a close bout, but I guess I'll give the edge to Nonito Donaire. More interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on this fight because mine aren't the most decisive, like I said. My analysis or opinion of this fight isn't all that not done with a lot of conviction. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on who you got in both fights. Soto-Karass, Jones rematch. Who you thought won the first fight. And of course I want to hear your thoughts on Montiel Donaire. Who you think's going to win and why. That's it for now. Like I said, I talked about these fights yesterday on Science Match Radio Show. And of course we'll be talking about the aftermath on next Sunday's show. I'll put a link to the information in the information part of the video. If you didn't get a chance to check out the show, you can always go back and check it on demand or on podcast. That's it for now, guys. Look forward to hearing your thoughts on the fights, and until next time, I'm out.